Hey everybody, Aaron here on Priceless Farms. It's 2022. We've just passed Earth Day. We've also passed Good Friday. We've just come out of a very, very long drought, which basically decimated a lot of the community in our area. The farm has been extremely dry, as you can see in these images that we're flashing here. And now it's been about 2 weeks since we got our first major dump of rain. We've gotten quite a few now, and the farm is just exploding back into life. We're now entering close to year 7, completing year 7 in June this year. And you can see that the works that we've done is producing an abundance of resources. Okay, this to me and to any forester, this is the ultimate resource: seeds. Okay, these are the Lyra seeds. I've talked about them a lot, but you can see just how many Lyra seeds are here. There's probably well over close to 1 million at least, just in this one little slab here. I think you can see the whole thing. And the Lyra tree is a timber tree. It's an alternative to firewood. So the more of these we can propagate and distribute to our farmers networks and to our communities, the better off Uganda is going to be as a whole, because people can now use this for firewood and construction timber rather than going into the traditional forests. And this is one of the huge, big initiatives that we're doing with Priceless Farms, is we're creating robust, sustainable resources locally for all of those things that traditionally came from the traditional forests and the forested landscape. And so we're working with the forest rather than just destroying it and extracting from it. We're replacing it. Each one of these little seeds produces 4 seedlings. So if I do have 1 million seeds here, I have approximately 4 million seedlings, which we can now sell through our online platforms. Through Web3, we can sell the NFT seedlings, and we can trace and track those seedlings out to their final destination, get the carbon credits put against them, and generate quite a bit of good revenue, not only in the local community, but also give back to those sponsors who help us to pay for the work, the labor, and to pay for the actual resource to get where it needs to go. And that's where the big gap is in today's society. We have hundreds of millions of people, that's not an overstatement, ready and willing to do the work to reforest the planet. But what we need now is sophisticated investment capacity and sophisticated investors. And we need a global pool of investors. And this is where cryptocurrencies come in. This is where the trio is going to come in and help us to bridge that gap between the people who are on the ground in the rural territories that have the ability, the manpower, the women power to get out there and reforest, and the people who have the finance to support them to do that, rather than just constantly surviving from day to day. This system, come over here, of Priceless Farms, which is permaculture, okay, it's just another brand of permaculture, is a way to bring people out of poverty through the use of reforestation in a polycultural way, meaning there's many, many, many different species. So this structure here, we built with our own timber, okay? This is a 2-year-old tree. So from that seed, this is what they look like after 2 years under the right growing conditions. And they vary depending on the conditions. Come over this way, come under here, you can see some 4-year-old poles. All right, and these are big pieces of timber, really nice hardwood. And this tree fixes nitrogen as it's growing, and it grows throughout the dry season. It's drought resistant. It's an amazing species, and it's one of hundreds and hundreds of species which we can look at, use, design, and develop into and integrate back into the communities that are traditionally living all over the landscape, to bring back those ecologies of birds and insects and soils. The fertility of the soils, the fertility of our lives, the livelihood that we depend on depends on forest ecologies. So if you take a look over here, walk with me now. Just within this one section of our forest, there's probably about 5 to 7 different fruit species growing under a canopy of timber, okay, carbon sequestration, along with a herbaceous layer of medicinal herbs, which we're manufacturing in factories like this. So Priceless Farms, Ventree Innovations, the trio, we're building an ecosystem of companies that work together. We build a factory, we bring up the economy of the forest to that local area. The local area gets supported in the initial 2 to 3 years to develop the forests. The forests come up, you end up with unlimited seed supply for future generations. This is sustainability. This is how we repair the earth, okay? And this is Priceless Farms. This is Ventree Innovations. This is the trio. This is our cryptocurrency is going to allow every single person in the world with an online account to participate in developing the biggest reforestation effort anyone has ever seen, because we're tapping into the latest technology and fusing it with ancient techniques. and traditional cultures. And that is an extremely powerful thing. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. We're launching a lot of amazing projects this year. And yeah, we're open for investment as well right now. So click through on the links.